Today in the scriptures, the single biggest question is asked of Jesus that's on the heart of any believer. Lord, who will be saved? Or maybe a way that you or I have put it is, Lord, will I be saved? And Jesus, in the most classic way that he always does it, he doesn't just say a black and white answer because it's not that simple, but rather he tells a story of a master who locks a door and somebody comes knocking, and there's these people who knock on the door and says, Lord, Lord, open the door for us. And he says, I don't know where you're from. I don't know you. And they said, we sang in the streets. We saw you in the streets. We heard you. We ate at your table. We did all these things. We saw you. And he says, I do not know you. Highlighting for us as we reflect on that question, will I be saved? The number one difference between knowing Jesus and then knowing him in our heart. Knowing things about Jesus and truly knowing him. Or another way to put it, being a believer, believing Jesus versus then being his disciple. My brother Jacob, we're Irish twins. He's about a year younger than me. He has brown eyes, brown hair. He's in great shape. He lives in Tennessee. He has 2 kids. And now you know some things about my brother. Maybe if you close your eyes, you could picture him or what have you. But you really don't know him. It's similarly when we say things about Jesus, we can say things like, I went to Catholic school. I know the 10 Commandments. I know these teachings about the church. I know these things. But we really don't know Jesus. We know things about Jesus. We know characteristics of him or maybe his teachings. But if I go further, my brother Jacob, he is in the military. He's been deployed. He would lay down his life for our country. He would die for you and for me to defend our freedom. My brother Jacob is the one who stood up at my sister's wedding just a couple months ago in the traditional time in which the father of the bride gives a speech, and gave the speech because my dad died about a year ago. And he stepped into that space on behalf of our family and just did this wonderful job. My brother, who has 2 kids and his wife, who cares so deeply for the people around him. Now you know my brother a little bit. You know him. And so this weekend, we need to move from our head with Jesus to our heart. We need to move from being just a believer, keeping Jesus at arm's distance, versus being a disciple, which means we surrender our life. We lay down our life. I think a way for us to reflect on it is, do I put Jesus in the corner? I go to him in prayer on Sunday, right? And I may be listening to this homily and I can do this here, but tomorrow I'm going to go back to work and I'm going to do that unethical thing, right? But I spent some time with Jesus. That's enough. Or in our family, is every decision we make as a family with Jesus in mind, keeping us moving towards Christ and what he wants from us? Is it with our finances? A side note, Jesus talks more about money than almost any other topic in the New Testament because money has so much power over us. And we can use it for good or we can use it for evil. We can be selfish with it or we can use it to allow others to grow and to grow ourselves in that discipleship. But we have to then allow Jesus into that space. We allow Jesus into our most intimate relationships with our spouse, because Jesus wants to be a part of every aspect of our life. In other words, to lay down our life, to surrender our life, to allow him into every aspect of it. And then, my sisters and brothers, then we will know Jesus. And that way, when we're at the door knocking, the Lord isn't going to say, I don't know where you're from. I don't know you. But he does know us. A very simple or easy and concrete way to start doing that this week is to do what I would call a morning offering or a daily offering. And in your own words, each morning this week, offer your day to the Lord. So it could be, Lord, I offer you my works and my joys. I offer you my work. I offer you my family. I offer you the good and the bad and the difficulties. I invite you into every aspect of my day. That way you're opening the door for the Lord to come in and transform your life, to be the disciples that he's called us to be. So when we're at the door knocking, he'll say, hello, I know you.